What's up, guys? Welcome to the Put Me In Coach podcast.
Where we go beyond the headlines and deep dive everything NFL.
I'm Ian.
And I'm Andy.
Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you so much. Welcome back. How are you?
I'm good, man. How are you doing?
I think I'd be doing better if I was predicting the NFC North. But we do have to talk about all the divisions in the NFL. So we're going to stay down south and talk about the worst NFC division. What do you think about that?
That's what I think of that.
Mother of Christmas Eve, what the fuck? Damn it!
Yeah, I'm with you. Okay, so I guess we could talk about the overview of the division, but I think for me, I'm good. I want to get in and get out on this list of teams, to be honest. And I feel like you and I are pretty rock steady on where we feel like these teams are going to land. Rock steady.
Steady rocking all night long. Didn't that guy just die today or yesterday?
Oh. Is that Albie Shore?
No, it was the, what was it? The Whispers, maybe?
Damn. Well, either way, rest in peace.
Yeah.
And rest in peace to good football being played in this division. So perfect timing. What do you think about number 4 just pretty concretely being the Saints to pretty much every NFL fan, including your Mima?
I just really want the fucking douchebag who came into our comments last year, who spent like 3 days telling us how the Saints were going to be sick and we didn't know ball and we didn't fucking know anything, and was taking shots at me in particular for like 2 days straight. And then I was fully right. You guys do suck. You were an uninspiring team last year. You're a more uninspiring team this year. Your quarterback, Derek Carr, by the way. Derek Carr. So not a good quarterback. Just a mediocre quarterback was like, oh my God, fuck this. I'd rather retire than play through this team. They're terrible. They're terrible. You hire the most uninspiring coach. You have the most uninspiring team in the whole league. It's true. Let's be honest. During this coaching cycle, they're the last people to hire somebody. They're like, yeah, I guess we'll take Kellen Moore. You know who wants Kellen Moore? Fucking nobody, ever. He's bounced around to 3 different teams. Now, granted, Granted, he won a Super Bowl last year. I'm not going to knock the guy. He's a good OC, but he didn't succeed in Dallas. He didn't succeed in Los Angeles. And then he goes to Philly and gets a fucking super team and hands the ball off to Saquon Barkley 2 million times, and he ran him right to a Super Bowl. So I don't know. I'm just not like huge on the whole, like he's a boy genius, X's and O's. No. And who is this guy you guys are drafting in the second round too? This fucking 38-year-old from Louisville. What are we doing? You guys are going to roll Spencer Rattler out, aren't you? It's going to be so fucking gross. Oh, this team's so gross. Free Alvin Kamara. Alvin Kamara is a fucking... Alvin Kamara, yeah. Yeah. Alvin Kamara is a Cowboy by week 5, week 6.
Give it to me. I need it. I need Alvin Kamara on the Cowboys.
Free AK free AK. What is his number? Is it 47? Is he AK 47? 41. A free AK 41.
AK 41.
He's the only player I like on that team. Chris Olave could be good. I'm tired of hearing about how he is good though. He's whatever. I'm not buying it.
Yeah. So really, really weird situation. Can I wind the clocks back?
Yeah, you can wind the clocks back.
We made a New Orleans Saints prediction video last year that was a fucking banger, by the way. We nailed it. They won 5 games last year. We got them at 4 this year. I like you mentioned the weapons. Just before I even talk about this, like I do think if Alvin Kamara stays healthy, Rashid Shaheed stays healthy, and Chris Olave wears a Guardian cap this year, like this team could maybe win 5 or 6. But to me, that feels like their ceiling. Like it's so over. They moved on from Lattimore, which is the right move, but there's still a handful of names, and you know who these guys are on that defense that need to get on up out of town. It's time to join the 49ers. Let's do this thing. The time was yesterday.
Cam Jordan, come on down.
Cam Jordan,
get the hell out of the NFL.
Join the Philadelphia Eagles after they have a defensive line injury. Please, just do it already. We know it's coming. Howie, make the fucking call. Anyway, I think what's hilarious is we actually predicted like this major fall off, and we've been talking about this for a while, not just on the channel last year, but like amongst one another with the rebuild situation just being delayed ever since Drew Brees left town, and it's just been like such a bad situation. This front office has got to go too, and that's a whole different conversation. But what's hilarious is like you mentioned this guy who came into our comment section and like ripped us a new one.
Saints fan.
And what's crazy is them boys had us in the first couple of games, not gonna lie. So much so
real silly.
So much so that we actually made like a TikTok edit, like a short, like apologizing to the fans of the New Orleans Saints for how like much we trashed them because they just looked so good through 3 weeks. And you could blame the injuries, and like that's certainly a part of it. I thought Rashid Shaheed, who we kind of undersold a little bit last year, I thought he looked really good when he was healthy. And Chris Olave, like you've been talking about it, but yeah, I mean it's the same story. Like this is a full-blown rebuild, and I guess I don't even this year with like Derek Carr retiring and you mentioned Tyler Shook, who's 25, like is this just a top 3 draft team next year? And like is Kellen Moore the culture guy you want? Like is that the answer? Nope. I don't know. What's going on? What are they doing back there? I just never know what they're doing back there.
I don't know what the plan is. It's like they're still trying to be competitive. Like it's very clear what you do in this situation. You either try to trade. I mean, I think the O-line is really good. I think
it's improving.
They've made some really good. Yeah, I shouldn't say really good. They've made some really good moves onto the O-line.
Who was that catastrophic bust they drafted a couple years ago? Who just
Peyton.
God, he stunk. That guy they drafted, and then we also
Turner, maybe.
Yeah, and we called the Ramczyk thing.
I told you guys last year Ryan Ramczyk was never going to play again.
Yeah.
They were like, yeah, right, he'll be back to my fucking training camp.
And neither is Derek Carr.
He's cooked. He's done. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ryan Ramczyk's career.
Derek Carr's career.
For Philly.
Yeah.
You guys suck. R.I.P., R.I.P., R.I.P. Go home. Start over. Try again. Trade Chris Olave while he still has value before his brain is mush.
Yeah.
Cam Jordan, it's time to call it a career. Mario Davis, come on over to Detroit. Fuck with us. You know what I mean?
We'll take him.
You know what I mean? That's who Howie's going to get. It's going to be really fucking annoying.
Oh, that's so accurate because their linebacking core is like shaky. Oh, yeah, that would be like the perfect.
That's who he's going to get. It's going to be fucking super annoying.
It's coming. It's coming.
Yes, it is.
Okay. Let's go to number 3. 8 and 9. Panthers. Carolina was 5 and 12 last year. I do want to say it really was a tale of 2 seasons for this team, particularly Bryce Young. I think our most viewed video last year was a video we did kind of hyping up Bryce Young's year 2, which once again really had us looking funny in the light them first couple of weeks, boy. Ooh, was that some bad quarterback. But, you know, by the grace of God and, you know, Andy Dalton's driving being like this, Bryce Young gets back in the lineup. RIP Andy Dalton's car, and welcome back Bryce Young's career. And frankly, like, I'm not trying to like glaze, but I was like incredibly impressed by what I saw from him on that bounce back, especially after like having his confidence really stripped down to the studs, man. Like he was playing maybe the worst quarterbacking I've seen like in a long time those first few weeks. And you know, whether or not Canales should have or shouldn't have benched him, I think people have different opinions about that. I mean, I have a lot of issues with like quarterback development and kind of how the league is expecting these guys to be so good right away. That roster was kind of cheeks last year, so I didn't expect much from him initially, but that second half of the year, man, that was some good QB play from our boy.
House money.
Yes,
he should have beat the Eagles too. Remember that drive he led to beat the Eagles fully, and Xavier Legette just dropped that dime piece, that touchdown.
Yes, and I think that brings me to kind of my bigger issue. And like 8-9, like let's be clear, they won 5 games last year. Like 8-9 is not me like shorting this team or like disrespecting this team. I like their O-line, to take a page out of your book, and like the O-line is good. They have no pass rush. When Derek Brown isn't on the field, they can't stop the run either. And I think like with this group of pass catchers, and I just think it needs a minute. Like I didn't like what I saw from Leggett last year, but the traits are there. Like give it a year or two. Like let him develop. Hetero McMillan is fine. I'm not as high on him as like a lot of other people are as being this like stud receiver, but I guess if he hits his absolute ceiling, maybe you have Drake London, and in which case like you're looking good. Adam Thielen is 46. Like he's literally so old. Yeah, thanks, Adam. He's old, man. He's old. But I'm not trying to like. Jalen Coker was a nice piece last year. Like to me, this is a work in progress. This is a Carhartt work in progress, and like, it's just not. It's not where it needs to be for me to like pick them to be the dark horse. I know people are doing that this year, and to you, I say, nice testes. Those things are huge. Congratulations. I think it needs a year.
It's not there yet.
But it's going in the right direction. Don't we agree?
It is going in the right direction. I like their coach. I think I like their GM. I'm not sure yet.
It's hard to say.
I know he's better than their last GM because their last GM might have been the worst GM.
Wait, what was that guy's name? He was the worst ever.
Scott Federer, I think it was.
That's right. Yes.
Yeah.
God.
He was historically bad. I mean, he fucked that team for a minute. For a minute, he fucked that team. So it's a net positive. Yeah. The Panthers' future a few years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I like the GM. I definitely like the coach. I think Chuba Hubbard's like the most underrated running back in the league, so I like that. I think their pass catchers are fine. I think Xavier Leggett definitely needs to take a step. Adam Thielen's your rock. He's gonna always be there and be good. Who's their tight end? Is it the old boy out of Texas?
Yeah, it's is it Tre'Davion Sanders or
yeah.
Shadavion?
He's good too.
Man, I think I'm botching his name. I feel kind of racist.
Okay. That's all right.
Walking the line.
Shots fired! It was a Jewish doctor.
Whoa!
Dude.
It was a black tight end, and the white guy can't say his name right.
A black tight end. A black tight end.
Yeah.
Can
we have something?
Dude, I don't like their defense. I couldn't even name a linebacker on their team without.
Well, their linebacking core is horrible. And
that's
their pass
insane.
rush is like really, really bad. And I think
Really
their
bad.
secondary sucks too. Like JC Horn's all right, and that's it.
Yeah, but they gave J.C. Horn like $100 million. That seems crazy.
I don't feel like he's proven it. Do you?
He's never healthy. That's why.
So we need a year of development from these pieces. We need like a defensive. We need another defensive draft, kind of like what our next team did this year, of just going straight D on the draft, and then we need Bryce Young to continue to develop. And let's talk next year. Like I don't know. I like where this team is going. I don't see.
Yeah, they
playoff
need
team
they need one more, or even just one. I mean, I guess we'll see it play out, but they need one like home run draft. So like one of those like 2021 Brad Holmes drafts, where like the 6th round picks are like starting in the NFL. You're like, okay, shit, what the fuck?
Let me ask you this, because maybe I'm getting ahead of myself, and I don't mean to, but let's just play a little game here that Bryce Young has a really good season and stays healthy, and this team, even if they finish 8-9, they're not in the playoffs or whatever. And let's say, like we predicted, Houston goes 9-8. It's kind of underwhelming, and CJ, looks like CJ, like he's a good quarterback. We know that, but it's kind of what it was last year. And it's a little middling. It's a little like, you know what I mean? Like something happens in week 2. He gives advice to Cam Ward this time, and it just goes downhill from there, like something like that. But does the narrative change on like what was kind of like the meme of 2023? I feel like in like, ghetto Gronk NFL circles, which is just like, I can't believe the Panthers gave up like this DJ Moore in the draft capital, and then took Bryce instead of CJ. Like, does that narrative change for you if he has if the
That
year
narrative was
changed?
always that narrative was always kind of fugazi to me because you have to give these guys some time.
Yeah,
I don't
prisoner
know
of the
what
moment
Bryce-
stuff.
I don't know what Bryce like. I know that CJ came in and looked a lot better, but didn't he have a much more stable position? Like, this has kind of been my take from Jump Street, which is that if you put CJ Stroud on that Panthers team, they also don't win any games. You know what I mean? Like, CJ Stroud is not transcendent, and nor is Bryce Young. They're both just really good quarterbacks, in my opinion, who can, you know, at their ceiling is probably like top 10 guys, right? We've seen CJ get closer to this level, but again, if you give Bryce Young even probably last year's Texans roster, I like the odds there. You know,
Right,
and Bryce Young
right.
is working with nothing,
Yeah,
particularly,
and you had Frank
particularly
Reich.
that first year.
You had Frank Reich, just who was like it was just such
Frank
a
Reich's
ticking
a
time bomb.
joke, and you
He
got
is. It was a joke.
You know,
Tepper's a
he had
joke, though, in my opinion. I
Who
don't
is?
know. David Tepper, their owner.
oh,
I'm not a
he's
fan
totally a
of him.
joke. I mean, he's a bad owner, but
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, Frank Reich was a joke. I don't know. I still like. I mean, this might be a hot take. I still like Bryce Young to be better than Caleb Williams. I think that's another meme that's like, oh, look at all they traded for, and these guys fucking ended up with Caleb Williams and DJ Moore, and okay, I don't know. Are you guys gonna win more than 5 games, or are you guys just gonna fucking run around the offseason like you've like you're fucking 15-time champs? It's crazy.
Yeah, I'm manifesting a better Bryce Young career than a better Caleb career. I just think that would be too
I don't
perfect,
think
and
I'll
that would
manifest. I think
be.
it's just there. I think he's got a better head on his shoulder than Caleb does.
I
Caleb
agree.
seems completely distracted all the time and cares more about like how he appears. I feel like Bryce, like, what is Bryce? Imagine, could you think Caleb Williams could get benched for Andy Dalton and then come back and have the confidence that Bryce did?
No, I think probably not.
Bryce-
I mean,
Bryce looked like an absolute and utter pro when he did that. He humbly took a step back. He got his mind right. He got another chance just by happenstance. He was not going to get another chance that year.
yeah.
And just
Well,
by happenstance.
yeah.
Go ahead.
No. I do you know who Danny Parkins is? Who works
Yeah.
for FS1, and
Of
he's
course.
yeah. I saw him today. He was filling in for Nick Wright on the First Things First show, and he even let it come out of his mouth today, where he was doing a countdown of the players he's most excited to watch next year.
Yeah.
And he put Caleb at number 1, and he said the same thing, where he was like, last year's situation was a dumpster fire. Like, it was an awful situation. It's like,
That's
everybody
so
said it
bogus.
was the best situation.
He was the one who was headlining the whole charge. This is the best situation for a rookie to be in of all time.
All these guys were. I mean, Nick Wright picked them to make the Super Bowl. Like, and it's just like this revisionist thing of like, we forget that there are, like, because of the fact that Caleb flopped last year and this Bears thing didn't live up. Spoiler alert, we told you guys. We do forget that a lot of these guys who get picked like high like this, Trevor this first year in Jacksonville, Bryce in Carolina, like, most of the time it's really dog shit that they're getting put into like a really bad spot and bad organization. There's a reason these guys are picking top 5. So I'm with you, man. I look, I know 8-9 feels a little bit like wishy-washy, but I do feel like it's trending up, and I am giving them 3 more wins than last year. So just keep a lookout, man. Like, I don't know. I'm excited for this conversation this time next year because I want to see a really good season of Bryce, man. I'm rooting for him. He's a little guy, but, you know, we like little guys. He's just a
We
Mr.
love little
Man.
guys.
Number 2, second place, 9-8, Dirty Birds, Atlanta Falcons.
Mm-hmm.
Last year, 8-9. Outside of Kirk Cousins, they are bringing the band back together. We get another year of Raheem Morris. We don't know yet. Zach Robinson at OC. I do think is an upgrade from Arthur Smith and what he was doing there a couple years ago. I do like what I saw offensively from this team last year, particularly Bijan Robinson with 15 touchdowns and 1,800 yards from scrimmage last year. Fucking baller. I thought Drake London took a step last year. Kyle Pitts, it's over.
But now
Why
he's
are we
dead.
so scared? Why are we so scared?
We're terrified to call him a bust, but it's done.
It's over, pimp. You
It's
are
time-
a bust. You're a
time-
bust. They took you at pick 4 ahead of Penei Sewell, ahead of Jamar fucking Chase, ahead of even Jalen Waddle,
Yeah.
ahead of Patrick Surtain, ahead
Wasn't
of
Devonta
JC
Smith in that
Horn.
draft too?
Yeah, sure was.
Yeah.
Picks 10th.
It's time to take him back and give him one of these. Old Yeller style. It's over,
I
Papa.
swear. It's
But,
over.
Again, they made up for it by bringing in Darnell Mooney from Chicago, who, spoiler alert, when Justin Fields isn't throwing you the ball, you're actually cold. Like, turns
totally.
out he had a nice year, man. And, like,
Yes, he did.
I know I'm rambling a bit. I think their main issue was they couldn't rush the passer last year. Like, they had the 23rd ranked defense. Like, that's horrible. But they took 2 guys. Jalen Walker from Georgia, linebacker, and then they traded up to get James Pierce from Tennessee. We know that AJ Terrell's nice. We know that Jesse Bates is nice. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I know 9-8's a little conservative, and I don't have them winning the division. I'm giving them a game from last year. But this was a tough call for me, and everybody picked Atlanta last year, right? And you and I ran to Tampa, and we were like, it's Kirk Cousins sucks. This is a fugazi. They're not winning the division. You, more so than I, were out on like the hire of Raheem Morris. You were like, I'm not buying this. And they let down. They finished 8-9, and Tampa walked all over the division. And we called that last year. But this year, honestly, it's a little harder for me because I honestly think that Penix is an upgrade at quarterback, and I think this team really does have like some really dope pieces, and it's trending in a direction kind of similar to the Panthers, where I'm like, I like this little team. Like, it's young, it's frisky, but I don't know. Like, where are you on these guys? Like, do you like them to win it, or are you at 2 as well? Is that fair?
I don't like them to win it just because I just don't know what their quarterback is. I do think it's an upgrade. I also, and more importantly, it's not even really Penix, because I do like Penix, but Penix has also been very injury prone in the past, and it's possible that we get 6 weeks in, and then here comes Kirk Cousins back out because here we have like a
God, please no.
hamstring issue on Penix's part. You know what I mean? Oh God, Kirk Cousins. I love Bijan. I really like Drake London and Darnell Mooney. It's a nice little duo. I think the most important thing for me is I'm just not. I feel like both of those rookie pass rushers they took are very iffy. You know, James Pierce Jr. was supposed to be like the first overall pick, but apparently he's a fucking head case. Don't love a head case in Atlanta. I just don't.
Distracting city for sure.
Yeah. And then, Walker from Georgia, he's like a linebacker edge. Those usually take a second to translate. So we'll see. Would it terribly shock me if they won the division? No. But I'm not picking them.
No, and you can't pick them because the next team we're going to talk about. But I don't know. I wanted to take a minute because, like, it's hard, right? Like, I feel like when you do these, there's, like, all these pressure. Like, we dealt with it a lot last year. We were, like, fading certain teams or, like, upping certain teams. Again, like, comment, subscribe. We went 7 for fucking 8 last year, and I'm not at all in the position yet to tell the audience what team we whiffed on last year. That's staying in the chamber until we start getting our subs up, right? I don't want people to know about it. But 7 for 8 is dope, and I think, like, what's so hard is, like, most of these teams, like, not everyone can win the division. Only 7 teams in the NFC and the AFC make it in the playoffs, and, like, this to me is, like, so tough because they're, like, the quintessential team that I'm like, I'm just right there. Like, they're so, like, I want to put them as a playoff team, but I just, if I was having to put money on this division, I think I'd balk. I really do.
Yep.
And I think that's what it comes down to. I'm trying to be honest about, because we are going to put money on the divisions like we did last year. And, like, I want to be true to my picks on this channel and be like, this is where I'm putting my money. And, like,
Yeah.
I think that brings me to where I'm putting my money. Tampa Bay Bucs, man. Big Dick Baker, man. Big Dick Baker.
I love Baker Mayfield, man.
They went 10-7 last year. I'll raise you one more year of 10-7. Look, they're not going to win the Super Bowl. I don't expect they are. I don't know where you are on that, but I don't see it. I understand that Chris Godwin is coming off an injury. I raised you Emeka Egbuka coming out of Ohio State. He's ready to play today. I promise you. Like, you are not, he does not need developing. He can play a number 2 receiver position tomorrow. I'm just saying that right now. Mike Evans, we know what he is. He's getting older. I don't think he's going to set the world on fire, but he's going to be a great pass catcher if he's healthy this year. McMillan looked good. Bucky Irving, what a sick surprise. Like, watching him last year was electric down the stretch. I guess for me, I know people are worried about the OC change, but we were worried about the OC change last year. That's why you guys picked the Falcons, because you were worried about Dave Canales leaving. You thought Dave Canales made Baker, and you think Liam Cohen made Baker again. I think I'm ready.
We have to talk about Baker just being cold. He was the number one pick, guys.
I'm at that point.
I was at that point when he won the playoff game for Cleveland.
No, you and I have always been Baker fans. I'm taking us out of it. Like, we've always loved Baker, and the Baker has a fan base, like, particularly like kind of like chippy white guys. Like, if you're a chippy white guy, you love Baker. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about like football world. I think after that first year in Tampa in 23, and Canales left, it was like, oh, he played better, but it's kind of a fluke, and they have a new OC, and I don't know. I'm going Falcons. And then last year, he set the world on fire. He had an MVP level season last year.
Yeah.
And Liam Cohen gets a job as the head coach. I like the hire for Jacksonville. I'm not knocking Liam Cohen. I think he knows what he's doing, but I just feel like we're watching a player in the right situation at the right time who matured and put it together and is now in the prime of his career and is just going to be a top 10 level quarterback for a few years. And as long as that is true, this is my pick.
Yeah, same.
I don't think the defense is great. I'm not a huge believer in that coaching staff the way I should be, but the front office is dope, and the O-line is totally there. The pieces are there offensively.
So cold.
He might be the best offensive lineman in the NFL. Like, I'm not saying he is, but he's definitely on a short list, and like,
he's right there.
Again, like, I know why people don't love this team, and I don't really either. Like, I don't think they're going to take a leap to 13 wins. I'm on the Baker train right now, man. I'm on the Baker train, and I'm not jumping off until I see otherwise.
I think it's as simple as this. I think within that division, they have the best quarterback. They have the best quarterback. They have the best offensive pieces as a whole, and they have the best left tackle in the division easily. I think their D line is always pretty good, honestly. Now, they did lose their D line coach. He came to Detroit, so that'll be interesting to see if they have a fall off, because he's been the best D line coach in the league for the last 5 years. Not really close.
So they haven't been great defensively, in my opinion, the last couple of years. Like, I think their defense has been just a touch overrated. And a great example of this was that Thursday night game last year. Do you remember that game in Atlanta where Kirk Cousins threw for 500 yards and 4 touchdowns, and they won? Yeah. The Falcons won that overtime game in Atlanta. I mean, this defense can get got, and like, we've seen Detroit move the ball against them. They're not bad. I'm not saying this defense has been like trash. It's just, to me, it's a division with 4 weak defenses, and I think what you said is true. It's like, it's not that big a deal breaker for me that their defense isn't great, because none of these other 3 teams have proven at all that they can hang defensively. So what are we really talking here? We're talking like Atlanta goes up from the 23rd defense to the 16th. Tampa Bay falls from the 16th to the 18th. Like, this is fucking mid-city. Like, all these teams are mid defensively. So it's not the thing that I think, it's not the flex y'all think it is when, you know what I'm talking about? When like detractors come in and like, that defense is so, it's like, yeah, but like,
yeah, okay.
So, Baker threw what, like 5,000 yards last year? Like, they're gonna be in shootouts. Like, so what?
They still have defensive pieces that I like. You know what I mean? Like, Vita Vea, he's getting up there, but he's still super dominant. Levante David is still,
Yeah, Antoine Winfield's kid. Antoine Winfield Jr. All right.
Winfield Jr. Yeah.
You know what I mean, though. I think that there's like, I guess I think it's maybe taken us a couple years. Again, I'm not putting us in it because you and I have been Baker homers since his days at Oklahoma, where he, Michigan
Planted the flag.
Yeah, he planted the
He
flag in
planted the
Ohio
flag and
State.
he became my best friend ever.
Yeah, because like Michigan was just losing to Ohio State like our entire young adult lives, and we needed something to put our we were living vicariously through him, right? So, look, man, like I love Baker Mayfield. Not everybody did. Everybody does now, and so everyone says they always did, but you and I always did. So I'm taking us out of it, but I do think from what I'm noticing, I think the tide is turning now. But I think the last couple of years, particularly going into last year, the football world, the talkers that be, the talking heads, the floating heads in your TV box and on your computer and on your iPhone have just had a hard time wrapping their minds around the idea that Baker might be for real, and not in the way of like right situation Sam Darnold for real, but like maybe
he's just good. Like
him and Jared Goff were number one picks for a reason, and we're just seeing them take a minute to hit their primes, and they're real. So it's Tampa Bay, and I'm fine with that, and I think you are too.
I'm totally fine with that.
Okay, well, thank you so much.
That is a disgusting act.
Thanks, Joe Buck. Like, comment, subscribe, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Please get after us in the comments. If you guys are betting heavy money on a different team in this division, I'd love to hear it. Unless it's the Saints, in which case you're a liar. So,
oh, wow.
Thanks, man.
Don't even think about it, Saints fan.
Go Bucks. See ya.
Fully.
How do you describe a playmaker?
How do you describe a playmaker?
Guy who's clutch. Who makes the big time plays.
In big games, baby.
He pulls guys.
Knocks guys. Rips guys out of their shoes.
Bang, bang.
Boom!
The playmaker makes the catch over the middle.
He better not come across that middle.
Edge of your seat to your feet.
He gets the stadium to go off.
And the guy that I'm talking about?
He's an offensive guy.
He's a defensive guy.
Hey, Ray, talk to me on Monday.